We are recording. Hello, everyone. Sorry, I'm a bit late. Uh, I was doing a few things well, outside of computer work, and it just got to this hour. So I'm sorry for being late today. I'll try to do better next time. We are streaming for tomorrow, though, so that's gonna be something to look forward to. But yeah, uh, we are going to do some regular World of Warships weekends, but I will be rambling mostly on about what happened in Tales of Cold Steel 3 because I do think that while it is a pretty tragic ending, uh, there are things that I do want to ponder about, think about further. Uh, yeah, I think we even extended 30 minutes into last night's stream because my stream of thoughts just kept coming through. So while we're just sailing straight ahead in a submarine and whatnot, we will be thinking more on about what happened in Tales of Cold Steel 3 and what happened to Trails in general. So yeah, uh, that's going to be our agenda for tonight. I hope you do lay back, enjoy, have me as your background noise, and let's just go for it then. Because yeah, while it does seem a bit basic what happened in Tales of Cold Steel 3, it's just the what?
Do not stand in the way of the Shredder.
Okay.
Do not stand in the way of the
Turtles, I need intelligence data.
What do we do here? Combat mission check. All right. Oh, this. Okay, so what? Win for battles. Sure. I don't think that's going to be too tough. Let's go with 451 today. Okay, so let's do a bit of a recall from what happened last night. So basically, what happened is that we went to the Septian Church, met up with Thomas Lysander, Rosine, and then Roselia. And after that, they explained to us what happened in Erebonia, l- like 900 years ago. And then they kept on going about what Gilead Osborne is planning and all that. And then we were joined by Vita later on. She was just hiding out of sight, out of mind. And then, yeah, that's what happened. But before that, Milium and Altina left
指揮官
us
さあ行くわよ
because of
準
they
備は
were
もちろんできてるわよね
deployed called to by the intelligence department, which is actually kind of odd if you think which was actually kind of odd at the time when we got those orders. Because think about it. Altina was actually being pawned off out of out of the intelligence department, and she hasn't been really reporting anything to Lecter or anything of the sort. Wait, let me just adjust the mic sensitivity here. It's not picking up well. How about we lower it like this? And is this better? How, how about this? No? Okay, so let's just make do with. How about this? Okay? Or should I make my microphone louder? I think I should. Like, is this any better? Okay. So the thing is about Altina leaving us is that it wasn't part of the plan, actually. Or it wasn't something we were banking on. When okay, so let me just turn my attention here first because I don't want me talking about Trails of Cold Steel 3 cost us our win here. Okay, so it's a little weird that our have is rated. Okay, so now that we're hidden, we can continue our discussion. There is something now about it. So yeah, I think that maybe Green or Ash should have picked up on it. Well, but wait, Ash wasn't with the party, so during Altina's call. So I think it's that the Ironbuds planned for ahead of time. So okay, we can have that. I think I'm gonna have to sail past these guys and go for the Parzival. Just a little idea I had. Maybe the mark. The road silent is turning now. Does the Rhode Island have radar? It's still something we don't know. Okay, there's the seal. We're gonna go for a bit of a backline snipe. Right, that they have. I don't have the best angle right now. Anyway. No, let's not do that just yet. I'm not sure if the Amagi is a good target right now, but we are going for the Parzival. The Parzival is getting a bit comfortable there. It's gonna try to move forward because it has uh, better uptime on its planes when it's pushed it forward. It has really fast planes, so it works for it, I suppose. I want to see where the Amagi is, if possible. There we go. Someone fell.
鎧を撃つわ
So at least I'm out of his range now.
魚雷が命
There
中
we
よ
go. Good.
調子いいじゃない敵巡洋艦を撃沈したわよやるじゃない魚雷を撃つわ
Okay, there
援
were
護
a
をお願いす
series
る
of
わ
things that were going on that were a little strange, and how, if given that, yeah, it's murder, it would have been expected since they just had their emperor assassinated. But there are still some pretty weird things that went on there. If anything, I'm not sure about this fighter play though.
魚雷発射よ 魚雷が命中
Good.
よ調子いいじゃない魚雷命中悪くないわね
No, not. Let's just go with the emergency battery again.
船体に亀裂浸水を食い止めなさい 対応完了よ
Ultimately, what happened at the end of Tales of Cold Steel 3 is that we gave Gilead everything he wanted on silver platter. And the terrifying thing here is that it was at Green's hands that everything happened so fast. It was basically Green almost inevitably following what his father set out for him to do. Think of like something like Star Wars, but Luke plays into what Darth Vader wanted him to. Scary. Well, I wouldn't exactly call it scary, but yeah, there's just so much that happened in Tales of Cold Steel 3. It might have seemed like an easy high school rom where you're you you're with your friends and you join them, and it was pretty lighthearted at the start. But everything that followed, everything that came after that, as soon as Ouroboros showed itself, it became pretty apparent that this is not going to be such an easy thing. These bugs are making panic. So a bit of trouble in paradise. Sure, sure. That Moskva is not going to waste its radar on me.
撃をお願いするわ。敵が優勢よ。本気を出してもらえるかしら。
Oh heck with this. Oh, so it's from the Aki. Okay, yeah. So let's continue. So there were some stuff going on behind the scenes, and that was pretty unfortunate that Ash had to be the person that was to be the sacrifice to everything that was going on with Gillian's plan. But then I didn't find it odd at all, since I didn't find it odd at all that it was still supposed to be, or still supposed to be Ash that had to experience that, because he was a bit of a prophet child, considered. And I'm not against
急激に
prophecy.
浸水してるわ。
The thing is,
このままでは
the
まずいわよ。
signs were already there. Signs were already there that Ash was going to be somewhat of an easy victim to what Gideon had planned. And ultimately, the tragedy here is that what happened could have been avoided
対応
somehow
完了よ。
if the Liber was honest about it. Because if you think about it, parts of what happened in Trails of Trails in the Sky also happened because of that cover-up with Hama, and that Cassius would have had to be dishonest with Joshua. Although the cover-up was staged by Gillian, so I don't know if Queen Alicia was just taken advantage of, taken for a ride by Gillian's words. Because Gillian has that effect on people.
指揮官、戦闘終了まであと5分ね。最後まであがきなさい。
Gillian does have that effect on people. That
次こそ。
okay, so I just lost my thoughts there. Gillian does have that effect on people where he sounds incredibly reasonable, because most of the time he does present himself to be reasonable. The only unreasonable part about him is that he wants war, basically, and that you could actually understand where that sentiment is coming from, because everything that happened to him, his family, I could imagine him to be what Reen could be if he doesn't he hadn't had his support group with him. Reen grew up in a very good system, in a good in a good environment. What happened to Osborne, however, what happened to Gillian, however, was everything that Reen right now probably wouldn't be able to handle. And it's ironic that everything that Gillian is doing will eventually turn Reen into another one of his kind. Another
指揮官、さあ
another
行くわ
blood.
よ。
Well,
準備は
I
も
wouldn't
ち
say
ろんできてるわよ
bloodthirsty, but
ね
another merciless monster. And there's also another thing about Rick, is that he underwent he underwent training under Master Yun Kafai, and Rin is probably the only one that I know, the only disciple of Master Yun Kafai that I know that had him with incomplete training. I just only thought about it just now because from all the disciples that we know of Master Yun Kafai, and even disciple of the disciples, someone like Alan Richard, they have had good training, even under masters. Or I would, I would consider Cassius a master of eight leaves, one blade. The problem starts when the problem with Green is that he is an incomplete disciple. So he's basically a sword without a sheath. Because okay, so let me just share this. Um, a lot of martial arts, or rather the McDonald degrees, are there's a thing we call in martial arts that we call a McDonald's degree in martial arts, or a McDonald's belt. It's because you just pay for a minimal price, you take very little training, you just go through the motions, and you get a black belt. And Reen, or okay, that's scary. If the Hawaii decides to radar us right now, then we would be in a very bad position. We don't have a lot of wiggle room here. But yeah, okay. So
ゼン君
back to
あの目標は集
back to
中攻
Reen's
撃よ
training. Reen is incomplete. He
援護射
tells
撃
us,
をお願いね
he says so in Tales of Cold Steel 1. It's actually part of his background, even that he had to be talked out of it, talked out of a.
味方間の援護をお願いね
He had to be talked out of his pessimism by Laura, of all people. And Laura had the right of it because Reen wasn't putting his all into the operations. That would be a very bad thing to do when you are students meddling in adult affairs. But okay, so there. That's something that I kind of observed because all of the students that we know, Cassius, I would say is the epitome of what is strong, and I would say the epitome of strong and good in Trails of Cold Steel has to be Cassius.
援護射撃をお願いね
Because I can't think of any other person that would embody the virtues of restraint and
魚雷を撃つゼン君あの目標は集中攻撃 魚雷が命中よ。調子いいじゃない。魚雷が命中よ。調子いいじゃない。魚雷命
Yeah,
中。
back to Cassius. Cassius is
悪
something
く
that
ないわね。
I think is the very embodiment of restraint and and power, and that he even went so far
助かったわ。ありがとう。
as to stop using his sword for
助かったわ。
well,
あ
he
りがとう。
stopped using his sword when he first became a bracer, or he went back to being a bracer, and he knows how to solve problems without using strength. Arios is a okay. Arios is a bit different because he's still a bracer. He is in many ways, as he was introduced to us in Zero, somewhat of a foil to, or I wouldn't say foil, somewhat of a counterpart to Cassius, in that he is unashamed with his use of power. He's the okay, where is that ASW going? He continues to be this power figure that people respect because he needs that power, because he needs that he needs it for his family, or what's left of his family anyway. And that's something you can respect in a man, where he doesn't shy away from the tools he is given.
魚雷命中。悪くないわね。
Okay, this Hawaii is just hilarious. He is he's blindly firing. He's blindly firing everywhere where I'm not. It's funny. I don't know if I can hit that conquer.
魚雷発射よ。 ゼン君、あの目標を集中攻撃よ。
Well, he's not wrong with the ASW. The scary thing here is that they're going to use this battery now. Okay, so I don't know where the Hawaii is headed. We lost tracking of it. But at least now we have two caps to their two caps, and we are fairly equal in the number of ships present. So yeah. We're just gonna wait for our hydrophone to reload, and then let's see where we're headed. Does the Conde have hydro? Yes, yes, it has. It's just 9 seconds. We can wait for it. Yeah. mind going up now because we don't have a lot of things around us. Nope. I don't know why the Hildebrand is still shying away from going forward. Okay, whatever. Okay, so back to the topic of practitioners of eight leaves. Arios, he is making the best. He is making the best use of what he has in order to keep his family safe, or what's left of his family. Because I could imagine him losing his wife to an incident that could have been avoided. Must weigh on him really hard. Sorry, I'm really bad at multitasking these kinds of stuff. I don't know how to deal with that Hawaii though. We're roughly even, but I am missing my shots, so that's not good. Oh boy, that's embarrassing. I will be
魚雷が命中よ。調子いいじゃない。魚雷が命中よ。調子いいじゃない。
very close.
魚雷命中。
Strange
悪
crossfire,
く
but
ないわ
sure.
ね。敵戦艦を撃沈したわよ。
Damn.
やるじゃない。急激に浸水してるわ。このままではまずいわよ。
But ultimately,
次こそ必ず勝つわよ。
the problem with Arios is that he lost sight of what he was supposed to do, of what he was supposed to be doing. The moment he decided to, the moment he decided to align with Dieter Kreuz, and their plans for an independent crossbell. While it didn't sound bad to him, because ultimately this was something to help protect his daughter, he couldn't think of a better way of helping his daughter grow up in peace, unless there was a place that that wasn't a hotbed for war, such he could have easily sent Shizuku off, or maybe he could have migrated to somewhere like Liberl, and that would have been infinitely better for Shizuku. Just think about it, Liberl getting a second divine blade in their country, because Liberl is was mostly a peaceful country. Sure, they had an incident with Erebonia, but is it any better than was it any
どんな
worse than
戦闘でも生き残ってみ
what
せるわ
Crossbell had to contend?
指揮官期待して
I don't think there was any way for Arius to justify him staying in Crossbell, despite knowing that, well, with his goal being that he wanted Shizuku to grow up in a safe environment and not go to library. That's something that I've always puzzled after Azure. But sure, let's chalk it out to a a narrative inconsistency. Like maybe he didn't want to leave Shizuku's mother alone in the grave there in Crossbell, but that's a problem on him. He hasn't let go of that. He hasn't let go of his wife. That's still ultimately still ultimately his problem as a husband and as a father. And like, wouldn't what was her name again? Suzuka. I think it was Suzuka. Well,
偵
let's
察
just
を
call
お
her
願い
Arius' wife. Wouldn't she have wouldn't she have been happier if Arios and Shizuku migrated to somewhere like Liberl? That's yeah. And but still, it was Ian Grimwood that shot Guy Bannings. Arios only provided the opening. Yes, I know, not good. Still. Let's maybe focus on our games a little. We do want to kill things. Carl Johan is a bit daring, I would say.
偵察をお願い魚雷を撃つわ
Okay,
前
got
回
him.
あの目標を集中攻撃よ
And I got him
魚
again.
雷が命中よ調子いいじゃない
Hey,
魚
Jonas.
雷が命中よ調子いいじゃない こちらが優勢よ悪くないわね 前回あの目標を集中攻撃よ
Okay. How will you deal with me? I am outgunned here though, so let's try and avoid it. That was a bit of a gamble. Yamagaya. So I am out of his detection range. Let's go.
左舷に魚雷を確認。回避できるわよね。左舷から魚雷が接近中よ。これくらい避けてみせなさい。
Yeah. Okay, so there are still some things that Arios could have probably done better. But let's not fault the guy. He wasn't thinking straight. And probably after what happened with Guy Bannings, the incident where Ian Grimwood shot Guy in the back, he probably, out of guilt, I think, out of guilt, he couldn't leave Crossbell. He was pretty much locked in there now. So I wonder if what will happen in Cold Steel 4. We will get Crossbell's liberation, or at least it's going to set up for it. Because it had me thinking. This is we are kind of setting it up for now. We are kind of setting up for it now, and I wonder what role Yuna will have in it, because I can't see it not involving Yuna in some way. And also, I want to visit some old locations like Mines and Armorica. Yeah, those places. We do still have some stuff we want to settle with Crossbill though. Or rather, we have a lot of stuff we need to settle in Crossbill. Primarily, what are we going to do with the airborne workers now? Now that it has been unleashed in its complete form in Arabonia. The thing is, with 8 days practitioners like Arios and Cassius, the moment they lose track of their goals, the moment they lose sight of what they're supposed to be doing, is the moment they become a danger to themselves and to everyone around them. So I am kind of worried about what Green is supposed to do here, because it's not safe for Green to continue being this half-finished, half-baked master of 8 leaves. 8 leaves. topic of Franz Albrecht, I'm fairly certain that he is something similar to Roselia in a way. Because Roselia did say that she was something of an ancient custodian of the Septarians. So she, or rather, or something. Actually, she has a lot of similarities with Zayn. So I am
魚雷発射よ
kind of curious if she is a divine beast. She didn't say she was a divine beast, but she has a lot of similarities with divine beasts. And that's
助かった
something
わ
I
あり
think
がとう
would be relevant later on. Okay, so not the most spectacular game, but let's continue. Yeah, maybe after this we'll play the Destroyer. Oh, and on the topic of Roselia, sorry, I just keep hopping from topic to topic. On the topic of Roselia, there is a thing that maybe there was an opening for her to join in on Class 7, their Breach of the Grail of Erebos. But I think there was something keeping her back from doing so. I suspect that since it's gonna be her and Alberic over there, it might have resulted in them fighting. So that was something that I think she was trying to avoid. And also since her power is split up
この
between
艦隊にウェールズはいるかしら
and then a large part of it inside Vita and Emma, I think she was trying to avoid fighting Alberic in a weakness. Because right now Alberic is, if I am reading this right, Roselia divided her powers among the Hexen clan, and that's why she is in the state she is in. As she appears like a small child, and that's really not something that we have observed with Franz Alberic. Franz Alberic is an adult for all intents and purposes. So if it came to a clash between her and Franz at that moment in the Grail of Erebos, she would have most likely lost, and then yeah, that would have set the Witch Clan, the Hexen Clan, back by a substantial amount. Yeah, what we need right now is the active participation of the Hexen Clan, of all things considered. Because right now, the Hexen Clan is working for the good of Erebonia. You can see it even in Vita. Vita was trying to avoid anything that would give Ouroboros what they want, or rather, that would harm Erebonia. Yeah, yeah. I was actually puzzled by Vita when we first met her because while she does say that she is an actress of the of Ouroboros, everything she had been doing up until then was to save Erebonia from further conflict. So that had me wondering, Ouroboros. Well, there's also the fact that she was voted. Well, she was voted out of participation. Damn it. She was voted out of participating in the Phantasmal Days plan, which had me kind of curious as to what else is going on uh, within Ouroboros internally. Something tells me there is a bit of a rift between the members, and I wouldn't be surprised if everyone in Ouroboros has their own agenda. Like think about it, Novartis is only there for the experiments, for the science. And then we have someone like Vita. She's powerful, rich, but doesn't explain
前
what
回
she's there
あ
for.
の目標を集中攻撃
Georg Weissman, I think, is similar to Novartis in a lot of ways, where he's there for the science of the loans. Oh, you poor battleship. Straight into your side.
魚雷命中悪くないわね
Yeah, just because I have homing torpedoes doesn't mean that I need to make it home. Yeah, sail straight. Continue sailing straight, my guy.
魚雷命中悪くないわね
Oh boy. That's pretty funny. What did we... The Wisconsin got a little greedy there. So yeah, I think it's fair to say that everyone in Ouroboros has their own agenda, even the enforcers. Because we have seen a lot of the enforcers, but not a lot of the Anguisses.
魚雷発射よ
And I think among the Anguisses, I have reason to believe that uh, Vita is about the most sympathetic to the troubles of Erebonia, because she grew up in Erebonia. She grew up in Erebonia. That's for sure. We just can't tell what she's planning. But we do know her motive. That's the one thing we can be sure of. She doesn't want anything bad happening to
援護射撃をお願いね 魚雷命中悪くないわね火災発生よ消火なさい
She doesn't want anything bad happening to her or the Hexen clan. And that's pretty noble of her. The problem starts when she gets
対応
focused on
完了
doing
よ
the things she needs to do in service of her own goals. Why can't you sail in other directions?
撃沈したわよ。やるじゃない。
I think I'm gonna have to use the emergency battery here. We need to drag this Shimakaze out. We have very low target over here. Okay, but at least we are in a safe range now to recharge. Or at least I think we are. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
やるじゃない。
Okay.
次はそう簡単にいかないわよ。
So ultimately, we know that Vita's working for the benefit of Erebonia. She just wants this saga because it was explained to us by Thomas Lysander that the war between Divine Knights will continue as long as this curse of Erebonia is not settled with. And Vita was aiming for a temporary solution. She just wants to let this saga end by breaking the cycle. Gilead's plan is okay. So I think we just solved what Gilead was going at the end of Full Steel 2, because Gilead said that he was taking control of the Phantasmal Blaze plan, and out from under Vita.
どんな戦闘でも生き残ってみせるわ。
The crucial part here is that Vita was in charge of overseeing the Phantasmal Blaze plan until Gilead took control of it. So if we read what was up in the Black Records and Thomas Lysander's explanations, it was fairly obvious that Vita was only trying to continue the cycle but break it eventually by causing irregularities in the events that were going on there. But ultimately, Gilead took control of the plan, and then instead of breaking the cycle by breaking the sequence of events, he broke the cycle by unleashing the Curse of Erebonia, which is actually in service to what he wants, because he wants Calvard gone off the map. And going off on what Calvard is doing, they have, I think, superior orbital technology there, given that it's a very industrialized, it's a very commercial area of Zemoria. But then they don't have the proper orbital technology to be as militarized as, or rather, they don't have enough of a military arm as such that as what Erebonia has. Erebonia is superior militarily, but technologically, I think Calvard is way ahead of them. And I think even Liber, given how they, they did play a part in making real. There's a child.
前方に魚雷を確認よ。まさか当たらないでしょ。前方に魚雷を確認よ。まさか当たらないでしょ。
Liberal isn't a backwaters country, and not by any stretch. Liberal has a very limited
前方より魚雷が
technology
接近。
that's mostly
回避
because
行動を
it's
取りなさい。
not interested in any military ventures, and that doesn't I think of Liberal as something like what Switzerland is for us. They're they're a very neutral country with or rather Liberal is a neutral country with a lot of technology going on, going good, going well for them. But the problem there is that um, oh, problem there is that if anyone here plays civilization, the problem with going full science is that everyone around you pays attention and wants to take over your country as fast as they could because you have better production technologies, you have better uh, resources available to you. That's what I think Sniper's major weakness in all of this is that they are not prepared for to be aggressed upon by hostile nations around. And while I think it's nice that Liberia is a
敵が優勢よ。
neutral country,
本気を出してもらえる
in
か
the
しら。
long run it's going to be a problem for them because they have to protect
魚雷命中。
their science, their
悪くないわね。
themselves ultimately. Shimakaze is right on top of me. I do not like that.
少しまずいわね。
We're just gonna have to sail straight ahead with dead batteries. But we are doing what they didn't expect us to do. Sail straight ahead.
船体に亀裂。浸水を食い止めなさい。後方より魚雷が接近。回避行動を取りなさい。後方より魚雷が接近。回避行動を取りなさい。後方より魚雷が接近。回避行動を取りなさい。やるじゃない。次はそう簡単にいかないわよ。
Okay, I kind of did that because our team wasn't really feeling it. Okay, what the heck? I lot of damage, but not a lot of wins. Okay, so back on the topic of Flyburl. After a short restroom break, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, there we go. Let's continue. I just took out a probiotic drink out of the fridge and did my model freeze. It did freeze. Sorry, that. Okay, there we go. I am. Oh, okay. So on back on the topic of Liburn, I am so happy I started with Trails FC, as dated a game as I played it, because I started playing FC in, like, what's that, August. I think I played it around August of Big 2025, and yeah, it was pretty dated. It was extremely dated. It didn't have a lot of quality of life things to it, and somehow I feel like it's still one of the best Trails games that I've ever played. Like, sure, it had
どんな戦闘
everything
でも
to
生き
make the
残ってみ
world
せるわ
feel
指揮官期待
feel
してる
realistic. Actually, it's just that you were viewing it from a top-down lens, slightly slightly angled, venting, and I still didn't have a controller with me. I was playing it on mouse and keyboard. So yeah, there's that. But still, there's a charm to playing FC, as an old game, as a retro game. Some people might call it. I don't know. It's kind of sad if you think about games being 20 years old and call it retro. Because that just makes you feel old. Well, I am an old man. I will not deny being an old man. I if I'm being completely honest. I only got into streaming because I want to somehow make my gaming something I can grow out of, or something like that, or not grow out of. I would like to grow my repertoire in games because if I hadn't started streaming, I would still probably be stuck playing World of Warships daily. So I want to try different games, different genres, different everything.
偵察をお願い。援護させてあげる。
So I know they're firing at me. They know my location.
援護させてあげる。支援砲撃をお願いするわ。急激に浸水してるわ。このままではまずいわよ。火災発生よ。消火なさい。
Yeah, Stalingrad over there.
対応完了よ。偵察をお願い。
There we go. Yeah, the problem there is that if I sailed straight into them, over in that corridor to the left, I would be blapped by a ton of battleships aimed squarely at me. So now I'm providing vision for my team, and they are going to appreciate it. Shikishima is turning now, so I think I have an opportunity here. Okay, so it's angling out. Yeah, because wait. Okay, so back to the topic of trails. Sorry, I'm hopping between topics. I kinda have to because I need to focus on this game and then go back to my talking points. Uh, I have seen people say that playing FC is kind of pointless. Actually, I'd like to argue against that. Playing FC has to be one of the best ways to start playing Trails. Only because it sets up everything else that follows. there is no way that I can recommend anyone to play Trails from anywhere else from any other starting point.
敵が優勢よ。本気を出してもらえるかしら。対応完了よ。指定エリアに進路を変更よ。魚雷発
Yeah,
射
I
よ。
can't recommend. Oh, yeah, so I already said that.
Yora 船体に亀裂。浸水を食い止めなさい。魚雷が命中よ。調子いいじゃない。対応完了よ。
Oh, this is sad. We have battleships that are afraid of battle. It's always during these hours. It's always during these hours that we have some.
対応完了よ。
We have people only aiming for damage numbers and not playing the game. They just want to shoot things. Chinese, they have some of the worst sense playing video games.
圧倒的不利。これでこそ戦いがいがあるわ。魚雷発射よ。魚雷を撃つわ。やるじゃない。次はそう簡単にいかないわよ。
Never mind that. Yeah, Trails FC did set up a lot of things, but the one thing that they did say and they did explain narratively very well is that Erebonia is a place of very terrible people. I think they oversold that by quite a fair bit. Mostly because we have been to Erebonia for 3 games now, and not everyone in Erebonia is a terrible person. It's only just Gilead. Think about it. Yeah, it's only just Gilead. But now that we have played 3 games in Erebonia, there are things that it does explain very well, and that this terribleness, this willingness to go into war, is not something inherent in Erebonians. It's just that there is a curse going on in Erebonia that's causing them all of this. And I think it's fair to say that not everyone from well, actually, that was kind of something that I was puzzling over because at the ending during the ending of Cold Steel 3, we did see people being affected by the curse of Erebonia, yes, but there were still people who were not affected by the curse of Erebonia. So it got me thinking: uh, is this different from person to person? And the likely answer, I think, it is. Because there are people not affected by the curse, and then there are people who are. So, what is it? Is it just because we have NPCs that are less important, or generic NPCs? Only generic NPCs are affected, or something like that? Because that would be a very poor explanation. Not gonna lie. And so the question has spread all the way to Crossman, based on the visuals that we got during the ending.
前方より魚雷が接近。回避行動を取りなさい。前方に魚雷を確認よ。ま
So I
さ
am
か
kind
当
of
たらない
concerned
でし
for
ょ。
people like
左舷から魚雷が接近中よ。これくらい避けてみせなさい。
like Oscar, or just very innocent people just doing their thing. They're perfecting their craft, so to speak. There we go.
急激に浸水してるわ。このままではまずいわよ。左舷から魚雷が接近中よ。これくらい避けてみせなさい。左舷に魚雷を確認。回避できるわよね。対応完了よ。船体に亀裂？浸水を食い止めなさい。火災発生よ。消火なさい。魚雷が命中よ。調子いいじゃない。ゼン君、あの目標を集中攻撃よ。やるじゃない。
Okay.
次はそう簡単にいかないわよ。
Anyway, I wasn't really putting too much thought into that. So actually, there is an idea I had. I was browsing through the titles of the mainline Trails games, and I know I played one of the Gagarv uh, titles on the PSP, but I never really got to finish it because it was kind of puzzling. I didn't understand how the orbal system worked there. I do remember that there was a dog. So it had me wonder actually when I played uh, the second half of Azure. Wait, is this the same game that I played back in like 2008 or something? Or 2010? Apparently it wasn't. So yeah. But yeah, I was browsing through the Trails titles, and it had me thinking maybe I want to try. Maybe I want to try playing Trails of
指揮官
Nayuta.
さあ行くわよ
Nayuta was it?
準備はもちろんできてるわよね
Let me just do a quick Google search. Trails of Nayuta. If that is the game that I was thinking of. Ah, The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Blades. Okay. It's not connected to the mainline games, and it actually came before Cold Steel. So that's something I want to check out. Probably before or after Reverie. I don't want to cut playing Trails of Cold Steel just yet, but I am curious about what's going on with uh, Legends of Nayuta because some people speculate that it is the Grandmaster that's in there. Maybe it's not the Grandmaster. I don't know. We'll have to see, actually. And so I think that's a good time to start. It's a good time to pick it up, maybe before or after Reverie. And I am happy that we are getting to the modern titles. Uh, Again, I say that I am interested in playing through the entirety of Trails again once I finish it one one cycle. And we will be playing on New Game Plus. All of the games will be played on New Game Plus. Interesting. There is a robotic over there. Okay, so it's a good thing that I did sail inside, towards the inside. for spotting for our team. That's really very useful. We don't have a DD on this flank. We don't have a DD in this game.
指
Hello.
定海域に急行よ。
Hello, El Gran. Happy you can make it. Uh, well, I just finished Trails of Cold Steel 3 last night, last stream, and I am still theorizing about a lot of stuff. I'm curious what will happen with Trails of Cold Steel 4 and all that. And yeah, that's actually my main hustle. Legend of Heroes, Trails games, and yeah. The ending of 3 was actually pretty heavy.
全君
Not,
あの目標を集
wasn't
中
at all pleasant. But yeah, I think we have more pressing matters here with the Republic. I don't want to sail into that Austin just yet. I think he has radar, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he doesn't. Okay. I'm using the 4501, U4501, mainly because it's a very congested evening with a lot of battleships playing tonight. So I don't want to play a battleship because I'll be competing for slots. But how about you? Do you play the game? I don't suppose that you would be interested in a stream like this if you did play the game. Okay, so this is an interesting tactic from the incomparable. It's sailing straight into where I went. Okay, that's appreciated. I have better support here now. Okay, now where's
前方より魚雷が接近
okay, so
回
I
避
did
行動を取りなさい
okay, so maybe I should set my mic louder. I am playing the 4501, the U4501. It's a bit of a situational ship now that there's archer fish in the game, but still very good. If it's a good game, I can usually go to around 200,000 damage. Yeah.
左舷から魚雷が接近中よこれくらい避けてみせなさい
I have to go dark
支援砲
here
撃をお
because
願いするわ
they are getting a bit aggressive, and I have to catch up to them. Okay, somebody please take the cap. What do they expect me to take the cap? What is the incomparable doing though? Goodness sake. Oh, there you go. You are my first, well, actually, second viewer for tonight. I do know that I have a lurker over here that doesn't do that doesn't say or do much, but I appreciate it all the same. And I appreciate you coming over. It's not often that I have viewers here in this channel.
了解よ
I mostly do what I want, and I stream what I want, and I don't really chase trends all that much. Because I think the more people chase trends, the faster it saturates, and that's not very good for the health of streaming. Besides, we have. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so I am pushing in, and this is causing the enemy to retreat. They do not have anything to fight back against me unless I ping someone. they are not too confident in pushing back against me. And I think, okay, the Bongo is doing us good job, Bongo. Have I played any other ships? Well, I mostly play German ships. I own, well, actually, for my streaming record, I have only played German ships. Entirely German ships, even the CVs. The CVs aren't spectacular, but they do a great job at setting up crossfires, where where if I coordinate with my team, I can have them shoot at broadsides or have me shoot at broadsides. That's the fun part of it because the Richtofen has mostly AP loadout, yeah. And so yeah, it's a very good ship when you're coordinated with your team. It's not like something like the Malta that's just strong straight out of the game. Uh, with the Richtofen, you need more coordination with your team. But yeah, just mostly German ships. I do play other ships when when I go into a game and there's a lot of battleships or cruisers. I usually pick destroyers or submarines or even carriers somehow or sometimes. Right now, I went dark because I need to chase after the enemies. I am faster underwater than I am on surface. What's my favorite ship? Well, among the ships I've played, uh, the Curvers is the one that I have played the most. But for my favorite gameplay wise, it will have to be Oh, there's 4501. What's it doing here? Not good. Not good.
火災発生よ消火なさい
Okay, so gameplay wise, my favorite ship has to be the Mecklenburg. Although I haven't used the Mecklenburg in a while now. Because yeah, sometimes I stream late at night, then or late at night where I'm at,
左舷から魚雷が接
and
近中よ
usually around
これくらい避け
this
て
time
み
of
せ
the
なさい
day, this time of the
左
night,
舷から
this
魚
time
雷
of
が
the
接
evening,
近中よ
it's
これくらい
mostly a
避
lot
けて
of
みせな
Chinese
さい
players playing
前方に
battleships.
魚雷を確認よまさか
They're
当た
not.
らないでしょ
I haven't had a fun time of it because a lot of battleships are meant to take in damage, are meant to tank for the team, but somehow when you play at this R, a lot of your battleships will just stick in the back,
前回あの目標を集
just
中
farm
攻撃
damage and do not s- little else. So let me recharge. Not good. This Bongo main. Okay, so I think the Bongo's doing a good job here. The Bongo went behind the island, so I think it's okay. Uh, Hi. It's a shame you haven't hit nothing yet. Well, they're kind of avoiding me. But it's a good thing because we did push the enemy towards the lower right corner of the map. So they're gathered there right now. But yeah, sometimes it goes like this because the enemies are just so afraid of getting in contact with me. I can't exactly go surface right now because there is a submarine over there that's just waiting for me to slip up.
支援砲撃をお願いするわ
But yeah, I am pushing the enemy towards the corner of the map, maybe. Oh, there we go. I am a bit far from where my allies are, so this is very not good for me. Oh, hey, and hello. Did another person join? Thank you.
船体に亀裂浸
Let me
水を
just
食い止めなさい
see here. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for dropping by. I very much appreciate it.
指揮官戦闘終了まであと5分ね最後まであがきなさい魚雷を撃つわ
They're up to the surface.
対応完了よ船
Not
体に
good.
亀裂
Uh,
浸水を食い止めなさい
there we go. Killed something. There, I killed something by chance. This Bremen, I don't want to deal with this Bremen's hydro.
指定
I
海
think
域
he's
に急行
aware
よ
that I
前
am
方に
here.
魚雷を確認よまさか当たらないでしょ左舷から魚雷が
So
接近
he's
中
going
よ
to pop his hydro
これくらい避けてみせなさい
ish. I did. I'm gonna dice one. There we go.
やるじゃない次はそう簡単にいかないわよ
Well, actually, let me just boost my volume. If you're okay, so yeah, let me just boost my volume a bit. Where's the setting over here? Properties. There we go. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm still a bit new to all of this, or rather, I don't get a lot of people advanced properties. There we go. I don't get a lot of people telling me what they want to see or they want to hear. So yeah. Let me just boost this all the way up. Is okay. Is this better or no? I appreciate the input though. I'm very grateful. Is this any better or no? Let me. Okay, let me just set it to positive 3 dB because yeah. Okay, is this to your liking? Okay, so still did better than half of my team though. Maybe submarines isn't for me tonight. Uh, I think this. Oh, nice! I got a copper feather here. Ah, terrible. Okay. Let's go with the Z52 this time. I am kinda. Well, I'm not. I would say skilled with the Z52, but I'm not great at it either. It's that weird ship that isn't good at it's isn't it's not good at anything in particular, but it's decent at everything. It's not a gunship like the Elbing or the Marceau or even the what Black or the Sherman, but it's a decent ship all around. It's also not it's not also not a torpedo destroyer, but we do have one very particular strength that we can take advantage of, and it's that we both have smoke and hydro on us, so we can be a bit aggressive with how we take capture points. And somehow the enemy doesn't have a radar. So I hope this Minotaur is a smoke Minotaur, although that's a bit rare these days. I'm gonna bet it's gonna be a hydro radar or a hydro
ど
Minotaur,
んな戦闘でも生
but
き
it
残っ
only
てみ
goes
せ
as
る
far
わ
as 10
指
kilometers
揮
and
官期待して
it's a bit short, only 1 minute. So I think I'm gonna play this a bit more aggressively than usual. Um, we're gonna angle in towards the B cap when we take this when we take the A cap. Large part of why we lost that previous game is that none of our allies were pushing in. Only the Incomparable was brave enough to do so, and that's mostly due to Incomparable's concealment. I think when you fully build into the Incomparable, you can get it down to like what 10 kilometers concealment. So there's an enemy 4501 there, and I'm a bit I'm spec. I'm thinking of whether it's going to attack from the flank or attack from inside.
敵の艦載機を落として味方艦載機を援護しなさい警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ煙幕を展開よ火災発生よ消火なさい魚雷発射よ右舷から魚雷が接近中よこれくらい避けてみせなさい右舷に魚雷を確認回避できるわよね
Okay, so that was close. Could have nearly died there. I'm gonna switch over to HE because I can shoot this Colombo with HE. Although we are you spotting for us, little submarine guy? I think he is. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're gonna rush off into the other cap. Right now, the Holland is scared. I don't think it's gonna contest this cap any sooner than it needs to. I think it's gonna either divert to the B cap or. Is he going straight for the cap? Is he? No. Likely he's not. I'm gonna follow my submarine's lead. Oh no, my A is up. So we're gonna try and take this fight all the way to the Yamato over there. Once we can infiltrate the infiltrate. That's a difficult word. Once we can infiltrate the back, I think we'll be in a better position.
全艦あの目標を集中攻撃よ 敵が優勢よ。本気を出してもらえるかしら。
Again, no one's pushing. I want to go for the Essex actually. There is an Essex over there, although very unguarded. I don't know how the FDR feels about it, but I think we can go for the Essex somehow.
そこの船戻りなさい。
The Holland is in a bad position right now because he is going to have to fight
エ
two
ンジンブースト
destroyers.
解除よ。
One destroyer. We just lost 2 cruisers. That's not something I want. I want in the game. The 4501 is a bit ineffective here. I haven't seen him hit anything yet. Just like me earlier, I haven't seen him. I haven't hit anything in a while. The Minotaur is going to be baited into taking that cap, which is our good Liu is well and truly positioned for. You're going to find
火災発生よ。消火なさい。援護射撃をお願いね。
it is not going to be
対応
effective.
完了よ。機関部に被弾やってくれるわね。煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。前方より魚雷が接近。回避行動を取りなさい。前方に魚雷を確認よ。まさか当たらないでしょ。
Can't win all of them.
やるじゃない。次はそう簡単にいかないわよ。
Okay, so where was I in the topic of trails? Kind of got lost there. Well, yeah, I was over in Crossbell, and the Crossbell games. Those were some of my favorite games in trails. Not gonna lie. Azure in particular was probably peak design in terms of trails. And peak started actually because we set it up in 0 and it took it all the way up from there. I really got attached to the main cast, and their personality really shone through. That's why I really hated when Noel betrayed us. I really hated it when Noel betrayed us because she was someone I really liked as a character. The the typical uh, the typical tomboy who's who, whose career got in the way of her femininity, but she's plenty feminine. Uh, yeah. Wazzy in particular was hilarious most of the time. You can always count on him being the guy to say stuff and not have an a filter. There's the first. What is he doing? Rocking a 17-kilometer concealment range.
警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。煙幕を展開よ。
Hi there.
フォイヤー。
Shit.
煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。エンジンブーストを始動よ。
Fucking Stalingrad, man. Really need these guys to eliminate the Stalingrad as fast as possible.
Not 左舷に魚雷を確認。回避できるわよね。
Not a
左舷に
successful
魚雷を確認。
torpedo run.
回避できるわよね。
Still, if we can get something out of it at least. Not good.
全艦離脱するわ。
Okay, so at least we're spotting the Stalingrad. We are providing our team some very useful information here. I can take the cap back anyway. I'm not afraid of letting this cat go to the Shimakaze for a while. There we go. And then we're gonna take the cap.
こちらが優勢よ。悪くないわね。
I'm still confused about this curve first rocking a 17-kilometer detection range. I can outgun this Shimakaze though. That's something I can leverage.
煙幕を展開よ。後方より魚雷が接近。回避行動を取りなさい。エンジンブースト解除よ。対応完了よ。機関部に被弾。やってくれるわね。煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。
Scary.
全艦あの目標は集中攻撃よ。警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。いい戦闘だったわ。次もこうありたいわね。対応完了よ。
I'm gonna have to get away from this curve first.
「手法塔損傷」どうするの？
Ah, damn it.
やるじゃない。次はそう簡単にいかないわよ。
Okay, little cap exchange we had there. Still, not my best game. I can do a lot more on the Z52. I'm just not having the opportunities to do so. which is also partly my fault, but yeah, I can do better. Like, yeah, why is it when I play offline games, like games that I'm not streaming, I usually get the best gameplay in my life, some of the best games of my life. But when I play World of Warships at night, it's usually crummy games, like really shitty gameplay.
戦闘配置よ。この艦隊にウェールズはいるかしら。
Mao. Mao? What's Mao? The Master of Overlord? Mai? Did they just typo that one? Okay, so I'm not gonna get that. Hold on.
警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。了解よ。煙幕を展開よ。わかったわ。前方に魚雷を確認よ。まさか当たらないでしょ。前方より魚雷が接近。回避行動を取りなさい。煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。
Why are they not shooting at this Holland?
エンジンブーストを始動よ。
I'm far, far away from you guys. Okay. Alright. That was scary. You know, my job here is to take these buffs and not let the enemy take these buffs. And that's... Huh?
やるじゃ
Thanks,
ない。
guys.
次はそう簡単にいかないわよ。
Okay, this is terrible. We have the Salem and the Pavlovsk, the enemy team. That's not something I'm looking forward to. Wait, how's my volume? Is the volume any good? Alright. Okay. Let's just play this a bit more safely now.
戦闘配置。
Huh. Or maybe let's not. Let's go against the grain. I generally think that C-Cap is going to be very easy for our ally Pavlovsk and Napoli to take. So I'm gonna provide spotting for our team. I think that's the better way to play this. We do have a Burgonya and a Worcester over here on this cap, and then they're very reliant on ally spotting. The Burgonya does like to hang in somewhere around mid-range, so that's where we go. We're gonna provide him decent amount of spotting. If we can find him the Salem or the Pavlovsk, all the better.
左舷から魚雷が接近中よ。これくらい避けてみせなさい。左舷から魚雷が接近中よ。これくらい避けてみせなさい。機関部に被弾やってくれるわね。煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。
We can juke him a little here. Oh, so now we're dealing with two raiders. There's also a San Martin over there. Very good team. Very good. Okay. We dealt with that one wonderfully. I mean, I'd appreciate it if you can remove these guys for me, but okay. Can't all be winners now, can they? That gap between the Mecklenburg and the Burgonya looks nice. We actually baited that Brisbane very nicely. And now this Chateau.
煙幕を展開よ。
Okay, so hopefully one of our corps could nab him. Hopefully.
こちらが優勢よ。悪くないわね。
Ah, too bad.
煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。
Shifting over to HE.
エンジンブースト解除よ。 魚雷を撃つわ。
We're just leaving a nice little present for anyone attempting to get there. That Chateau Renault is something I don't know where it's going. So
味方艦の援護をお願いね。 警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。
spot that Mecklenburg now, please. You have to deal with this guy. We're just gonna do a bit of an exchange here. The Mecklenburg is going to aim for this Pavlovsk. But the Burgonia is nowhere in sight. It's avoiding us. So that's where you are. Okay, well done. Okay, that Burgonia. I think we have to keep spotting this guy before he goes dark. I'm not sure about how to deal with that Salem though. This Burgon is still within 9 kilometers of us. We have to go for this. We can't lose this. Oh no.
煙幕を展開よ。前方に魚雷を確認よ。まさか当たらないでしょ。前方に魚雷を確認よ。まさか当たらないでしょ。右舷に魚雷を確認。回避できるわよね。フォイヤー。煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。
There's the Shimakaze. I don't know where the Salem is now. It's not. It's not like. Hmm, it's lately not there anymore. Where we're supposing it is.
警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。前方に魚雷を確認よ。まさか当たらないでしょ。火力全開。
These guys aiming at me. Scary. We're gonna try and harass this Republic. Oh, there we go. Very nice. So yeah, don't turn in. You're not gonna have a fun time with me.
エンジンブーストを始動よ。
Let's keep spotting him. There we go, you're gonna die anyway. And I am going to leave this cap to you. So, I don't know where the Republic went though. That's the San Martin, very far away from any allies. Tasty target. I am hanging at 1691 HP, and that is not good. That is very not good. How's our Burgonia? Burgonia, I think, will hang there. He's gonna be fine.
警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。煙幕を展開よ。煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。
Nasty little. Aim, contribute.
火力全開。
There we go. Made him sip when he should
エン
have
ジン
zapped.
ブースト解除よ。
So, if you find the San Martin, and they will likely have no shortage of radars, what we do?
指揮官、戦闘終了まであと5分ね。最後まであがきなさい。
Nah, but your shells are pretty slow, right?
やるじゃない。次はそう簡単にいかないわよ。
No way. Okay, no way. He's gonna go straight ahead. Yes! Yes, please. 1, 2. Nab your silly ass.
敵巡洋艦を撃沈したわよ。やるじゃない。勝利目前よ。でも油断したりすると死ぬわよ。
Let me just go for a restroom break and we'll go from there. There we go. Let's continue. Wait, sorry. Let me just turn this off and we're... What? Another game on Z52, maybe? It did perform pretty well. Not the best in damage, but I think I did enough. Let me just wipe myself off. There we go. And we got matched instantly. You know what? Maybe I'll make a long form video on trails once I get through all of them. Like, that's an idea I've been tossing around while finishing the games, actually, because I'm really invested in the world now. I've, I've been invested in Zemoria since like SC. When I was playing FC, I was just mostly invested in what was going on with Joshua and Estelle and all that. But now that I'm like,
戦闘配置
how many games am I in now?
この艦隊にウェールズはいるか
Five,
しら
six, seven, eight. I'm 8 games in now, and I don't think I'm gonna drop it anytime soon. I'll even replay all of the games. Okay, so the daring is going to go for the A cap. So our usual job, provide spotting, and then if anyone tries to wedge me out or tries to pry me out of my spotting chamber or spotting location, I can just fight them off. Interesting. Bongo. So the Bongo is a nice little target for CVs because it doesn't have the best AA on them. So now the CV knows that I'm not
煙
there,
幕を展開よ
and I'm going to go for this Bongo here.
あの味方艦を援護するわよ
Hi there.
味方艦の援護をお願いね煙幕の展開が完了したわよ警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ援護射撃
Imagine being harassed by a destroyer. Very good there.
火力全開
Okay, there we go. Let's just keep the pressure up. I think they're going all in on the decap. You can keep the pressure on. So there we go. Very nice.
エンジンブースト始動よ
Let's try and go for the Aki this time. I don't know why the Aki is perma spotted. Is he firing his guns or something? Because that would be a very stupid way to use the Aki. On the Aki, you want to go dark. I don't care if you have 107,000 HP.
助かったわありがとう
Why is the Aki
こちらが
perma
優勢よ
spotted?
悪くないわ
What
ね
is going on here? There's something very, very wrong going on here. Okay, so there's the Kremlin. I think the thing with the Immelman is that we can get close to it. it's not invisible, but I mean, it's okay if we push. But personally, I'm just gonna go for the dumbest member of their squad.
Engine boost 解除よ。
No one's gonna be firing at me. I have free reign to bully this Ami. There we go, another fire.
こちらが優勢よ。悪くないよ。了解よ。火力全開。
Easily the most bullyable. More fires. More! What, are you loading HE or something? I'm gonna go dark now.
右舷から魚雷が接近中。これくらい避けてみせなさい。船体に亀裂？浸水を食い止めなさい。機関部に被弾やってくれるわね。援護させてあげる。警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。対応完了よ。火力全開。敵駆逐艦を撃沈したわよ。楽しいわ。
Ah, okay.
やるじゃない。次はそう簡単にいかないわよ。
Is it gonna make it? No, it's not. Okay, looks like you underestimated me. Those Thorps are gonna
勝利
find their
目
mark.
前よ。でも油断したりすると死ぬわよ。
There we go.
敵戦艦を撃沈したわよ。
Nasty piece of work, eh?
やるじゃない。
And there we go. Match quickly, eh? No AA for a while. Let's go spot for our team. Or maybe let's take the cap. I think the right move for this map is take the cap. Because it's a pretty hard formation of islands to penetrate, all things considered. Because look, they have natural cover over that island.
戦闘配置よ。
So
この簡単に
even
ウ
if
ェー
we
ルズは
spot
いる
for
か
our
しら。
team, that's not gonna be useful for any allies we have nearby. I think that's a Slav. Okay. That's a Slav over there. I don't know what he's planning on doing. Because if he wants to, he can probably hover around this island over here and then shoot, but it doesn't seem like he's gonna do that. So what we are going to do is take the cap. We have support from the Des Moines. Okay, this is a little weird. The Des Moines and the Conquer are going over to this side of the map.
敵の艦載機を落として。
Okay, that's a shit. Shinano versus Nakimov. I think we know what's gonna happen here. The Shinano is going to dev strike the Nakimov. No questions about that. Question is, what are we going to do with that? So at least we have a superior CV for this. And the Nakimov is doing something very wrong. He is poking the beehive, so to speak. Elbing. Very strange ship to be on. He is not going to be fighting off our... There's a Jinna. Why is there a Jinna? There's a bongo over there. And also a bongo over here. Boom, boom, boom. None of my torps hit. Sad.
煙幕を展開よ。
While we have cover, let's harass this bongo over here. Our HE can definitely work here. I have had a lot of luck setting fires this match. This night.
煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。
Made the mistake of firing back, and now I'm spotting him again. I think they're gonna be wary of me
あの目標は集中攻撃よ。
after that little stunt I pulled. So I'm gonna go right behind this island and hopefully I can take the B cap. The Conqueror and the Jinan are not facing off. It's a little weird. I'm not sure about how to feel about that booster there over yonder. I think he's going for the B cap. I am not sure if he is at the B cap now yet. We do have a free corridor here though. Okay, so I think it's best we don't poke the bear here and that we go silently in between these islands and try to infiltrate. There's the Nakamov. Important thing here is we don't spot the Wooster tree ahead of time. So nice of this Bongo to sail in straight line. Huh? Oh no. I am going to be caught in a very not nice position.
いい戦闘だったわ。次もこうありたいわね。いい戦闘だったわ。次もこうありたいわね。
So the Elbing doesn't have any. Does the Jinan have? Doesn't.
Engine boost を始動よ。
Okay, so we can push this one. Punish this guy a little.
支援砲撃をお願いするわ。警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。煙幕を展開よ。了解よ。火災発生よ。消火なさい。対応完了よ。煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。ファイヤー。火力全開。
How'd you like them apples?
魚雷命中。悪くないわね。敵巡洋艦を撃沈した。やるじゃない。
was very not good. But actually decent. What are these two bongos going to do here? Who killed the... Okay, there we go. These guys are not going to enjoy me being here. These guys are just itching to run away.
魚雷発射。エンジンブースト解除よ。
Shinano, don't ruin it for me. Shinano, baby. Yeah, smoke up.
敵戦艦を撃沈したわよ。やるじゃない。警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。
So as long as the Elbing isn't here, I am not afraid. Okay, the Elbing is not here. We can confirm that.
Engine boost を始動よ。
Uh, 76.5 seconds on torpedoes. Not bad.
こちらが優勢よ。悪くないわね。援護射撃をお願いね。
That booster is trying to go into my range. I think this is the right move for him. I'm trying to avoid that booster actually. See, going into my torps. He has successfully avoided 90%. Okay, so let's just bait everyone else. Coming here. There we go. Gun sounds. Gun sounds. How terrifying it is to have this invisible menace just terrorize you from with torps and guns, and then once you spot him, he's not there. I don't- I have been spotted this game once by that Elbing earlier.
エンジンブースト解除よ。勝利目前よ。でも油断したりすると死ぬわよ。煙幕を展開よ。
I am going to cause you some grief, sir.
火力全開。煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。
Damn it!
指揮官、戦闘終了まであと5分ね。最後まで上が
Yeah,
ってな
let's
さい。
fight this booster. I don't think he'll like being bullied from all angles.
Not 指揮官、よくやったわ
Not
ね。
bad.
ご褒美欲しい？
Hey, top 2. Did we at least get complimented? Oh, hey. Not bad, not bad. Let's go on the say 42, maybe. Although I am getting comfortable with the say 52, maybe let's go one more game. No CVs around this R. Curious. Not a lot of players this time. It's really weird. How do we go about this?
準備はもちろんできてるわよね。
Against a Kirik and a Yoyang, I want smoke with none of them. Although there isn't a lot of angles where we can spot for our team, that's the sad part about it. If I go for the A cap, that's not going. It's gonna make me a target. We are trying to avoid being a target. And also, there's a K1 on the enemy team, so there's a K1 on the enemy team, and how's it we help our Balao? Thoughts? Not a lot of thoughts going on in my head right now. Okay, so this Marceau is going in all in for it. Pretty gutsy. Versus a Harugumo Minotaur combo.
警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ。
There we go.
煙幕を展開よ。 左舷に魚雷を確認。回避できるわよね。左舷から魚雷が接近中よ。これくらい下げてみせなさい。
You can
左舷
join
に
me
魚
for
雷を
some.
確認。回避できるわよね。前方に魚雷を確認よ。まさか当たらないでしょ。それは味方よ。
Okay, so for the fun part. Spotting for our team. There we go.
左舷から魚雷が接近中よ。これくらい下げてみせなさい。後方より魚雷が接近。回避行動を取りなさい。
Okay, so there they are. He is sailing straight towards me. Although I have to be careful because there is a Des Moines over there that's likely going to shoot at me if he gets a chance. And we are sailing away, away, away.
指揮官、どこへ行こうというの？戦闘海域から離脱してしまうわよ。対応完了よ。
There we go. Palau's having a good time here. Okay, my engines died. Let's go for it again. Too bad we don't have anything that could set up a crossfire. No one's spotting me here. Please. Sailing to my torps.
煙幕を展開よ。
Okay, close.
煙幕の展開が完了したわよ。
Okay, Oh, you want to go straight ahead?
Fire! Gyorai発射。火力全開。
Somebody's impatient.
指定エリアに進路を変更よ。
Oh, but you're firing AP. You're firing AP, dear.
敵が優勢よ。本気を出してもらえるかしら。
Okay, there we go.
指揮官、どこへ行こうというの？戦闘回避
Here
から
I
離
was
脱
thinking I
して
was
しま
slick.
うわよ。魚雷命中。
One absent-minded Ohio.
悪くないわね。
Ba, 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 ba. There we go. Oh, who the fuck is radaring me? Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, very good. There's the Des Moines. Yeah, hi. Figured you'd be pissed off. Not a very good shot on that close, can't say. Aim, sir, aim. There we go. We did a classic anvil and hammer. Very good. The Des Moines is not going to get fished out of there anytime soon. I'm just gonna go for this cap real quick. Hopefully the Yoyang is targeting that Borgonia. Or maybe not. That's not so good. That's not so good if they are. But I really have to wonder, why is that Borgona still all the way back there? Nah, you're not getting any points from me now. Okay, now they don't have anything.
煙幕を展開よ
Shit.
鎧を撃つわ
Very good. Well done.
煙幕の展開が完了したわよ
Also, there's a Minotaur over there. I think I can shoot it with AP and they'll go down faster. Okay. Yep. Give me those fires. Okay, very good. I'm surprised the Hildebrand hasn't started an attack run on me. That is the Hildebrand's flight, planes. Harugumo, okay. Funky little ship over there.
勝利目前よでも油断したりすると死ぬわよ
There's still an Aki over there.
エンジンブーストを
I'm
始
not
動
sure
よ
where the gear is now though. That's something I do not have a lot of info on. The gearing. Well done. Okay, so even if we give up one of the two caps, I think we're still safe.
警戒レーダーをオンにしたわよ
I don't have any smoke now though. That's the problem. How's our Des Moines doing? I'm gonna have to rely on my torps. Why did I not get the adrenaline rush for this ship? I usually go down to 2000
指揮
HP.
官戦闘終了まであと5分ね
That's me wonder why I don't
最後
have...
まであがきなさい
There we go. Shit. That's an intact Haruguma over there. Maybe I can fish out the gearing. But no, the gearing is way over there. This Des Moines is doing a fantastic job, man. Let's just go park. Those secondaries are live on me right now.
解除よ。
Let it not be said that the Z-52 has useless guns. There we go. Now we're all squared off. It's pretty much impossible for them to catch up now. We can win on time, on points, unless they get us all killed somehow, some way. There's still a Gearing and a Hildebrand on the loose though. So that's what I'm concerned about. That's what I'm concerned with. Nah, he committed. Rats.
指揮官、よくやったわね。ご褒美欲しい？
I was keeping those fuckers on their toes. Extremely satisfied. Compliment, please. No, sir. Ah. Wait, how many more do I need for... Okay, never mind that. So, I think I'm gonna have to call it for tonight. I did have fun. Got a lot of thoughts out of my head regarding Tales of Cold Steel 3. Also, yeah, I forgot to discuss the design of the Graal of Erebos when we're on the topic of Cold Steel 3. I did kind of notice that okay, excuse me. I did kind of notice that the layout of the enemies, the boss fights, they did kind of systematically try to strip Reen of all the people he could lean on. Think about it. The first people to go were Gaius, Lara, and Emma, friends he knew he could count on to pull him back when he's going too far. And yeah, that was their roles in Reen's life. If you think about it, Reen was particularly close to Lara because she was a fellow swordsman. He was close to Emma because Emma was his witch, and then Gaius was always there as a chill guy, and he always had the right words for Reen for some reason. And the next to go was Seraphi and Alyssa, Reen's emotional anchors. People who Reen counted on when his emotions were going out of whack. Especially Alyssa and Sarah. Fee was always there to calm him down, tell him to chill, take a chill pill and whatnot. Sarah's his instructor. As much as I'd like to joke around that Reen likes to go around flirting with his boss and things, yeah. Then next to go where Machias uses Milium. Let's include Milium here. And Elliot, all of his closest friends. Yeah, actually. And what was he left with? His students. People who he couldn't rely on, and instead he looked at Yusei, Yuna, and Kurt as people who are relying on him. And so that's something that I picked up on on the design of the final dungeon. It seemed like it was mostly intentional. That oh, it was mostly intentional how I think Gilead. I think Gilead was the one behind it. Gilead spread Reen's allies in such a way that he there were none that Reen could rely on during the final battle. And so yeah. Okay, so we're gonna wrap it up there. It's a bit of a shorter stream than usual. Because I did kind of wake up late today. I kind of spent the rest of the day sleeping. That's my bad. So yeah. Tomorrow we will be streaming Tales of Cold Steel 4. We will be going into 4 directly because Monday I won't be streaming because I have something to do on Tuesday. And yeah, okay. So with that out of the way, I hope you have a pleasant rest of the day. Please take care. Okay. Please take care. I hope you have. Okay, I already said that. Uh, Take care. Um, oh, and you know what? Give someone a hug tonight. Give someone a hug today. I think I think there are a lot of people who have problems and are not willing to open up, and sometimes a person's touch is enough to tell them that hey, there's someone still, and there are still people in your life. And yeah, okay. So, that's gonna be that. See you when I see you. Tomorrow we're streaming Trails of Cold Steel 4, so yeah. Okay. Thanks and bye. Brian back signing out.